Hey treasure finders, this is part 2 of my 2-part Leland Bluestone video. So if you haven't seen part 1, I would recommend pausing this video and going back and watching part 1 and then dive on into this video. And at the end of this video I have a wrap up of all of my treasures that I found in both of these videos combined. So with that, enjoy part 2. It's about 10:15 on this October day, and I've been out here since 8. So I'm getting ready to wrap it up, and it's really not as busy as I thought it would be. I zoom in a little bit here. I don't want to get too close and freak these people out, but there's probably about 8 people down that way, beachcombing. And then if I go that way to the other entrance, there's about 6 people down there. So, and I'm all by myself right here in the middle section. Not too many people are brave enough to go in the water because the water is really cold. But again, my boots are amazing. So this has been such a wonderful day. Lake Michigan, my BFF, Lake Michigan, has been so kind and has offered up so many gifts this morning. I'm going to continue on. I'll probably be another about 30 minutes or so, and maybe I'll come back in the morning for one more shot. Okay, this is why we bring the scoop. This great Leland blue right here. That one. Green, beautiful. This was really pretty. I thought it was a marble at first. That's really pretty. This gentleman here is in waders, and he has a shovel. And I just was chuckling with him and told him how ambitious he was. I thought I was ambitious, but he's like, "Oh, that's where you find all the good ones." So, but you know, he's in the water and he's missing everything that's on the beach. And look at my bucket from the beach. I went down for this one. This one's more in the purple range. And then I saw this one, which is also purple. You can't tell in this light, but this one is a purple. I love the purple ones. They're a little bit more rare, I guess. If they, you know, if you call them rare or not rare. But yeah, I love the purple ones. So Vans Beach is down there by the channel, and I walked all the way up the beach to this other entrance, which they call South Beach, and they call it Christmas Tree Corner. I don't know if they've worked out the whole controversy about the beach access here. It appears to still be a beach access. So I know that parking is an issue, and the homeowners along here are frustrated with certain things. I can't pretend to know the whole issue, but I think that, you know, there's rights that everybody has to walk the lake shore, and so I'm well within my rights to walk the lake shore, and I'm not sitting on anybody's property, but I'm just gonna stay out of it and enjoy my my time here. My short time up here in my favorite place in the world. Yeah, I hope if you can get up to Leland sometime and do some Leland bluestone hunting. It's a neat slag piece. Sometimes they're a little bit whiter. That's a neat one. And here's a cool little fossil. Let's see that. I can walk way down this beach. If you can see that point right there, you can actually walk around that point. So I could walk all the way down that way, but my bladder won't allow it. So I usually have about 2 to 3 hours on the beach max before my bladder decides it's time to go in. There's a little pile of rocks right up here that I'm going to check out, and then I'm going to turn around and probably hunt more in this water line here on my way back to my car, because I have a ways back to my car. So let's see what we can find more in the water. I was intrigued by this rock pile up here, and I'm glad that I came up here. A lot of people don't always come up farther on the beach, but I'm glad that I did, because look what was waiting for me right here. Beautiful Leland blue. Absolutely beautiful. We have some slag ones. Some of them, you know, look a little bit more like that. Same rock pile. This piece. That's pretty amazing. My strategy with water hunting is to go very slow. Anyway, I walk real slow and I just stop. And there's this minute of time right here where the wave pulls back and you can see really clearly, like right here. And then if I see something, I scoop it. It's impossible to do if the waves are really high. That's why I was glad to come out this morning, because I knew the waves have been so huge for the past few days. Oh, look at that piece of quartz. Look at this. So pretty. Bright white. And then look at this neat stone sitting right here. The sun has just made it above the trees here, as you can see. And sometimes the sun, when it's high in the sky, it makes things easier to see. But at this time of day, it's actually easier before the sun comes up. You can see how reflective the rocks become. And they all sort of look the same. So it's a little bit easier. This is a weird time of morning to be looking, but I can still see really well in the water. I did find it in the water. That's Petoskey stone. Really nice little Petoskey. Really good one though. So I'm getting ready to head out, and this is what the difference between a couple of hours makes. Parking lot's almost full. Oh, hello. One of my crows. I had such a great time this morning. I can't wait to show you all my finds in a little bit. So if you will indulge me for just a little bit here, we're gonna play a little get to know me game. You know, I've told you that I consider Leland my hometown, even though technically I didn't grow up here. I grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but this feels like home to me because this is where we had our business, and this is where we raised our kids. And if you didn't know, my husband and I started a winery here in 2001. And part of this little field trip I'm going to take you on is to go back to that winery. It has new owners, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that in a minute. Right now I'm turning down into what we call Fishtown. This is where all the old fishing shanties reside. There's the Cove restaurant on the left, and Leland is always hopping on almost any given day. But all of these historical fishing shanties, many of them had to be rebuilt and removed, and they had to get raised up because of the lake levels. But it's looking really good down here in Leland. It looks like everything is open. And this is where you catch the ferry to go over to the Manitou Islands. There's South Manitou and North Manitou. And you can take the ferry during the season. They don't go out there in the winter time, as far as I know. And there's also a marina here. If you have a boat, you can come into Leland. But I just wanted to see really quick if the shanties were open. This person is kind of blocking my way. Sorry about that. I got kind of trapped down there by a guy who was just blocking the road. Pretty typical of Leland. People are just on their own agenda. But I was saying that there's a really nice Carlson's fishery down there. You can get smoked fish and fresh fish and cute little shops. And there's a store called the Village Cheese Shanty, which has amazing sandwiches. They're just finished up serving sandwiches yesterday. Nothing down in Fishtown, I believe, is open in the winter time. So they're just trying to sell out, you know, everything that they have. We're getting close to our little surprise spot here in Leelanau County. As I said, we were going about 5 miles north of Leland, 4 to 5 miles north of Leland, and this is the site of where my husband and I started our winery. We had 4 acres of vines, and we started the winery in 2001. Well, we moved here in 2001. We started the winery. Our first wine was in 2003, and we had it for about 14 years, and then we sold it in about 2015. And I'm not going to talk about what happened in between. There was another owner, but let's just say that it was neglected severely, and we saw pictures of it last night, and it was just made us very sad to see how badly it was neglected while the new owner had it. In the past year, a new couple has bought the property, and they've been renovating. Their names are Nicole and Bo, and they are just the sweetest, warmest, cutest couple you've ever seen. And they have revitalized this property, and their winery is called Dunebird. And if you see straight ahead, I'm going to go real slow, the vineyard is in the far distance, and oh, looks like there's Bo right there. I'm going to turn around because I think he's probably pulling the close sign, but if you look up where all those colorful trees are, that was where our house was. It was right at the end of the vineyard right there, and it was up that driveway. And my parents lived up at the top of the hill, which you can't see the house at all from down here. You know, I can't pull down there right now because they're still closed. I think they must open at noon, or it looks like Bo is maybe opening up right now. But if you're in the area, stop at Dunebird. And they also, in addition to wines, they have coffee, and I'm not sure if they served food or not, but it's just a great stop. And it was so heartwarming for us to go and just see what they've done, and just know that the property that we spent so much time and effort and love on, that they are now carrying that torch forward. But next, we're gonna go and we're gonna look at my finds from Leland Vans Beach today. It was amazing. So I can't wait to show you all of the wonderful beautiful stones. Obviously you saw me picking up a lot of things in this video, but I didn't film everything, but I will show you the whole haul in just a few minutes. If you're a beachcomber for seashells and you've never gone rock hunting before, I highly recommend giving rock hunting a try. It's so fun to look and see all of the beautiful things that the glaciers left behind, and I would highly recommend doing that and just getting out onto the beach. Hey treasure finders, coming to you from my trunk cam again. This is the treasures from my third day beachcombing up in Leland County, and I really wanted to make sure that these rocks were wet when I showed them to you. And you did see me picking up a lot of these, though you didn't see me picking up all of them in the video. But I found so many Leland blues this trip. They're just so amazing. And if you can ever get to Leland to experience finding the Leland blues, and they come in all different colors, which I've mentioned before. A lot of them are green, and some of them are sort of bluish purple, and they're all just, they're so interesting and beautiful. And this, I loved this. I thought it was a heart-shaped rock because it was like this, and then I pulled it out of the sand and it was the shape of Michigan. I loved it. It was like, welcome back, welcome back. This beauty right here, really nice piece of Coke bottle glass, some Petoskey stones, found several Petoskey stones, and then look at this, it's so pretty. So many beautiful stones. This is really an interesting stone. And more blues, look at that one. There's one purple one in here that's just amazing. Where'd you go? Look at this one too. Woo. Oh, I think it's this one. Just really fun finds. Found some ceramic, more Petoskey stones, really pretty quartz. I might have to go back again tomorrow, maybe. The beach was so good to me today. There's a nice green and just so many beautiful stones. I just love it. And, you know, a little bit more glass. This one isn't really frosted. Probably get rid of that. But it was just such a fun day. And it was beautiful. And everybody was super friendly out there on the beach. Having a great fall afternoon. So I hope you can get up to Leland sometime. It's just a really special place. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll probably have one more video from up here. And if you could subscribe to my channel, that would be wonderful. And give me a thumbs up on this video. And I will see you down the beach somewhere.